Hi, my name is Janice, CEO of Argini, back as promised with the results. Around, it was 924 took the survey and 561 completed the survey. The first question was about what did folks value most about Argini? And I found the responses actually surprising. Number one wasn't surprising, and that was the quality of the hair. And I was quite happy to read that because that's the reason why I started the company, and it's nice to know that the clientele appreciates the purity. The second was a African American owned supplier, and I did find that one surprising. Maybe I shouldn't have, but it probably means that I need to show my video shy mug a little bit more often. Number three was ethically sourced hair. And I was quite surprised by this one. I felt that if the price was right and the hair was good enough, that's what folks prioritize. So to see so many of our clients care about how the hair donors are treated, it feels good. It feels good, and it's vindicating not only for our company, but also for our investors, Arun and Eco, who specifically invest in companies that care and that treat folks with dignity. So it's nice to have that reinforcement, and I did show that to our investors that our clients do care about how their hair is sourced. So allow me to give you a little bit of background about questions 2 and 3. So I explained before that in the previous video that inventory was the problem. 4 times in, wow, it is really hot. Keep rolling, keep rolling. I'm sitting in the backyard of Argini's facilities, and the sun is beaming. It's supposed to be rainy season. It's supposed to be overcast right now. Okay, so if I start sweating, y'all, you know why. Cambodia. So number 2, so the inventory, thank you. So talking about the inventory and how we pay 4 times as much compared to our competitors. And so figuring out a way to reduce that cost without reducing the quality, that's the challenge that we have right now. So one of my thoughts was to turn back to our original shopping process, which was folks placed an order, they were able to customize it, and they placed a deposit, and once that deposit was made, we would then begin sourcing the hair and then doing all the stuff that we do, blending, fabricating, sanitizing. The problem with this method was that folks wanted to come to a boutique where they could browse, put it in their tote, and get it shipped within a day. And that, of course, makes sense. Convenience and immediacy is critical in this market. And so that's why we switched from placing a custom order to doing a boutique format. But the boutique format is quite expensive for us because we're buying hair that folks don't necessarily want, and so our turnover is much, much slower. And so that's what was the impetus behind questions 2 and 3. Question 2 was, how long would you be willing to wait? And 33% were willing to wait 2 weeks, which is cutting it close. When you talk about, our collection team sourcing the hair and then bringing it back, and then it definitely takes a week to blend the hair, hackle it, trim it, we delouse it manually, cutting it close. So it could be done, I think, for the A and B patterns. For the C and D, no way. But the good news was that up to 79% were willing to wait 2 weeks or more. And I think that's pretty encouraging. The third question was, how much of a deposit would you be willing to place? And again, in this day and age, when you put something in your tote, you buy it, you're done, what's people's patience level, what's their willingness to place a deposit for something that's not going to ship for 2 to 4 weeks. So that too came back. very positive. It was 34% were willing to place a 25% deposit, and a resounding 90% were actually willing to pay a 10% deposit up to 50%. So that, again, another great sign and a suggestion that all systems are go to revert back to our original purchasing process and to see whether or not you guys find some value in that. The responses to the survey questions 4 and 5 were very interesting. Number 4 was, what do you want to see first, closures or kinks and curls? And closures came ahead 56%, so a clear, decisive win. But in question number 5, I asked, what's the one thing that you would like Arjani to improve? And that was decisively more C and D pattern. I'm just going to take one quick second just to deviate just a little bit. I'm not dumb. I see the demand for C pattern and D pattern. C pattern sells out all the time. If we had more C pattern in inventory, we would absolutely unleash it. But the fact of the matter is, we're in Cambodia. And even though we have a bit of an advantage, Cambodia's ancestry is actually South Asian Indian, which is what enables us to have such a variety of curl patterns. And that's unlike our neighbors like Vietnam, Thailand, Laos, who have a more East Asian background, so they have the straighter Asian hair. We are still Asian. And that means that we have lots and lots of pattern A, a good amount of pattern B, and the C and D are just rare. That's just how it goes. So, and I'm just being honest here. The only way that we could produce more C and D pattern is to process it. So if y'all ever see Arjani, I'm not talking about other folks, but if y'all ever see Arjani come out suddenly with a bunch of C and D pattern in this version, that's just not authentic. But we have been working for 2 years on our own secret sauce to process curls, and we got it, and just very recently. So we've got one more round of beta testing to do, but we could be prepared to take orders as early as November and ship in December. Whereas with the closures, if everything goes extraordinarily well, there's an issue with ventilating truly virgin hair, and I'll actually make a video about that and describe what the issues are. But if everything went extraordinarily well, we could perhaps have closures done in 8 months. So the option would be kinks and curls ready to ship in December, and then a year from now, closures. Or we could set kinks and curls to the side and just immediately prioritize closures, and maybe within an 8-month period, we'd have something ready to beta test. All right, so one more survey, if y'all would be so kind. What I discovered from the last survey is, let's go ahead and let's give customization a try. Let's allow our clients to place custom orders. Let's see how quickly we can deliver. And let's see if our clients find the wait worth it. So the first survey question would be, are you willing to help us test the new process, which should be launched no later than October 17th? We're hoping for October 14th. And if yes, if you could just sign up with your email address. And that's going to be invitation only, just because we want to test the site and the process before launching it. And then the second question is about the closure versus kinks and curls, processed kinks and curls. So if you had a choice, A, kinks and curls unleashed in December, followed by closures a year later, or closures October 2017, followed by kinks and curls in 2018. Yeah, you guys were extraordinarily helpful. Really appreciate your time and your support. Really hope that some folks are excited about the prospect of custom ordering and will sign up to help us beta test the new process. We look for folks that were able to place a deposit between October 14th and October 21st, and then being able to pay the full amount 2 to 4 weeks later. And for those folks that do take that risk, jump in the water to test out our new process, Terry, who I'm sure you guys know from customer service, is going to include a special gift in each of your orders. So that's all I've got before I go. In a past video, I talked about the container. And many times I've talked about the arginine family, but I've done a very poor job of actually showing the arginine family. So I'd like to rectify that circumstance now, introducing the arginine family. Alright, here they are. I could do a video on every single one of these women. I'm just going to very quickly point out some. This is Mo. Mo has been with me since the way. You guys have seen pictures of her. She used to have the very, very frizzy hair. She's great. Hannah, right here. This is my right hand chick. She takes care of all the books, all the money. And there is Penny. You guys, if you've ever written a love note to Arginine, then you've heard that from Terry. She's the one that takes care of all of our client service. Extremely bright and excellent at taking care of our clients. And the last one I'm going to introduce is very quickly. Actually, no. I gotta point out, Bee's been with me from Scenery. Leftina holds it down in the shipping department. The sisters, Sapong and Kim Lang. Sapong takes care of sanitization, she holds it down. Kim Lang takes care of blending. I'm gonna come back and do a video on all these things because they're wonderful, but there's one that I gotta mention, and that's the So Anna's been with me from the very, very beginning. I've never told the story of how we met, but in the next video I'm going to do that because it's pretty interesting. But this was my absolute first teammate, and 2009, February, we've been together ever since. Alright y'all, please see you very soon. Don't forget to sign up to be a beta tester of the new customization process. And yeah, we look forward to serving you. Bye!